Alright, Spotfires today. How do you know if you've got Spotfires within you? And are you putting out Spotfires in your entire life? Majority during your day. And why? Inflammation, chronic inflammation. So, especially for fire people, but for everybody, if they've got, a whole day or a job full of doing tasks, putting out fires, got to fix things. Can't stop. I can't rest, I can't talk. I've got to just get stuff done. And move around a lot. Well, guess what? You've probably got Spotfires in your body. So then you don't want to rest and go into your subconscious body and your subconscious mind, because there might be stuff there you don't want to see. The effects of it. But then, of course, the yucky effects of, say, an acidic body from the liver and spleen down, which most fire people are dealing with because they don't rest and relax. And then chronic inflammation comes from that. That doesn't sound all that great. What are the effects of that? Well, have a look in your life and the people around you. Are you just getting stuff done? Just doing tasks? Just putting out Spotfires? I got to fix things. I got to interrupt in that conversation. I got to tell someone else what to do. We're good at that. Then that's all down to Spotfires in the gut. So we've all been so acidic and not realised it, and then iron deficient to try and put out the fire from the spleen being depleted. When we have a look at your iron levels, you might find out that you got lots of energy, but you're still way iron deficient because it's too much work, not enough relaxation and nurturing and resting for the spleen in our feminine side. And the inevitable result of that, even if you don't feel it, because it's subconscious, remember, anything below that your body's not going to feel. So there's going to be a whole lot of bile and black bile in the intestines and around the liver and gallbladders usually. As the body doesn't stop to rest and relax and detoxify, and it hasn't got any red blood cells and iron to do it properly. So the body's off balance. And then you'll have urinary tract infections, which are stored down there because of all of the acidity that's come down from all the way down the liver and then the intestines, and then it has to get to urinary tract. Bam! It's acidic, it's on fire. It means there's lots of infections, there's lots of bacterial stuff because it's not getting any blood flow there to detoxify. And it's just getting lots of acid. And the bones start eating itself. Essentially, the fire and chronic inflamed body is chronic inflammation, chronically inflamed. So we've always been on the go, we didn't have enough fats and oils, we didn't put out the fire with a little bit of cooling foods and herbs and water and coconuts, everything. Or cooling properties, green smoothies, magic, kombucha, these sorts of things. Then all of the joints then become rock solid and they're like cracking all the time. And there's just eventually the people are not able to move. They get in their 50s and 60s chronically inflamed without any protection for their joints and always being on the go, never stopping, getting lots of stress on their nervous system and tension in their body. You'll see them by their 50s and 60s, they're like this. They just can't move. It's like the Tin Man. Because they are inside, they've got so much heavy metals and tin, but heavy metals. And they can't move. Even though they've been really good sports people and athletic, they've just been too athletic and used too much of their fire and created more chronic inflammation from their lifestyle. So if you got fire coming from your lifestyle, fire coming from your body, and then you go and eat fire foods, and are always on fire in your body, there's a whole lot of fire. What's it going to create? That's going to create a volcano. So, of eruptions, have you noticed? I used to do it quite a bit, and in my family it happened a lot too. We had all fire people. So you'll have an emotional explosion, like a volcano eruption. Might be an experience, might be a fight, might be a really yelling argument, something like that. And it's really just disrupted everything. Didn't work well. That's because your body's so chronically inflamed across here, and then you need to get it out subconsciously. And of course, you come out with fire because that's where the fire is. So all those parts of the body, emotionally and psychologically and co-creating in our lives, we project from there. And then if that's got yucky stuff in it needs to get stuff out. It goes like a roaring tiger or a fire-breathing dragon. And then it separates you from everybody else because you're breathing fire and I'm telling them they're silly and things and names and stuff. So you're like you're the fire-breathing dragon up on top of the castle, on top of the cliff, looking down and thinking you're better than everyone else. Even gooder. By proving yourself to get up there. But then you're separate. So because you can't stop either, and it's hard for you to connect with other people, when you do, you have to get stuff out. So you have to get angry or emotional or whatever, as your imbalances in your fire areas. And that doesn't work out well for the life. So if we cool these down, we clean and clear them out. By clearing out the bottom section, we reduce the fire usage. So then we can save and contain our fire. And then, so we have twice as much energy, or 5 times as much energy, because we can rest. We can do the slow things and let our body get rid of our stuff. Do it by getting coffee enemas or detoxification and green smoothies and juice fasts for a little while. That will help you tremendously to get a nice good flow and get lots of antioxidants and alkalis, and then help the spleen with the iron and as much iron as you can get, really. So, chronic inflammation. And then coconut oil is amazing for the whole body, joints especially, absolutely amazing, and definitely worthwhile. So, chronic inflammation. And then and of course that just means a shorter lifespan at the end, and lack of quality of movement, in the 40s through 60s for most people. So a little bit of rest and relaxation and nurturing and rejuvenating the body again, because we've been on fire our whole lives. The earlier we can figure out that we've got to control our fire, essentially making a candle flame from this fire here in the solar plexus, up straight, so then your energy can go up to the higher centers in the body, and then you create spiritual experiences, because you're creating this work from your entire body. It just comes up to the brain, where people get caught already because they haven't cleared out the solar plexus. The key's always been solar plexus, because that's where the fire comes from. We are wasting our fire. So if we stop wasting our fire, getting rid of it, and then channeling it up, we become much more intelligent and enlightened. And smarter. And our body recovers and we live longer. And much, much better for a longer period of time. So it'll give us an extra 20 years, really. So, there we go. Chronic inflammation, spot fires. You're always putting out spot fires in your life. You see it all the time. People can't stop. So, hopefully that was helpful. You got a few things out of that. Yep.